Hey guys, good evening and thanks for joining. So we will start now information security. This will take approximate to 3 to 4 classes. So this one also one of the topic nowadays. Each and every company interview time they are expecting. One of the question is, do you have experience on complaints oriented? If you have experience on complaints oriented, what are the complaints you worked on? So that is one of the vacancy, not one of the vacancy. That is one of the questions we are expecting from the interview point of view. So other than that one, as I said, dedicated to GRC also, there are a lot of vacancies are available. So that is mainly into risk assessment side. Now, if you're considering the overall entire security domain, that may be endpoint or network or application or cloud or product and so on, information security people are getting the higher package as compared to all other technology oriented people, even though cyber, product, cloud. So these trending technologies are available in the market, but information security, that to risk assessment side. So what are the companies are recruiting these people? So most of the cases, banking oriented companies and also healthcare based companies and also auditing based companies are recruiting these vacancies. So what is the exact role we have to do and what are the companies are recruiting these vacancies? So all the product based companies by default, every organization is required information security team, part of the GRC. It's a compliance oriented, governance, risk and compliance oriented. So if you're going with the banking sector related customers like JP Morgan, Morgan and Stanley, Wells Fargo, HSBC Bank PLC, and also even our State Bank of India, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, okay, Goldman Sachs. So these banks are giving the too much of the packages. So for risk assessment side, if the candidate has 10 plus years of experience, they are going in between, I can say 60 lakhs to 1 crore. So that is completely based on the experience. And once again, under this one, even though you are going for the information security risk assessment vacancy point of view, you should be aware of all the entire overall security domains. You should be aware of the endpoint security, how it will work. You should know about how the network security it will work. You should know about the cloud security assessment. You should know about the application security assessment. You should know about the cyber security, entire overall. 360 degrees out of 360 degrees, at least if you know 300 degrees, then obviously you can clear the interview. So, and one more thing here, these vacancies not like a full technical kind of thing. So only like auditing kind of thing. So they will test your basic knowledge only. They will not ask like one of the servers got compromised. How can you do investigation? One of the databases got compromised. How can you do investigation? Or what is the product owner role part of the product security? Or what is the application security threat modeling we can do? All those are fully technical oriented. Endpoint, network, application product, mobile, OT, IoT. All these are fully technical. But coming back to information security, if you know the basic idea, how the organization and security controls it will work. That may be internal controls or that may be external controls. So, and business point of view, how can you validate? Then you are fine with to go to this vacancy. As I said, it's not a fully technical oriented, it's a communication oriented job, and also it's a basic knowledge on each and every control. Then obviously information security is one of the good choice or option to move into this particular vacancy. So that is the reason most of the people. So once the any in the market right now, I will give practical example what's going on. So they will complete any bachelor of degree or they will do ISO 27000 certification, or they will complete SOC certification or internal auditor certification or CISSP or CSM. Then finally they will move into banking sector. So they will move into oil and gas sector. They will move into healthcare industry. It's not required full technical side like whatever we discussed so far into endpoint or network or application or product and so on. So these are all like a what is what, if you know, that is more than sufficient to go into information security field. So let's go and start about what exactly these controls and what are the different compliances every organization will follow. So if are thorough in the couple of controls and couple of compliances, as I said, you no need to expert in the each and every compliance whatever we are going to discuss. If you know 2 or 3 compliance, that is more than sufficient to crack the interview. Even though I never worked on the so cloud security assessment or maybe product security assessment, related to compliance oriented. I selected for several banks. I selected for the HSBC Bank PLC. I selected for the Wells Fargo. I selected for the JP Morgan. All these banks already I selected. But these are all like not technical oriented. That is the reason I rejected the offer. So, but anyways, so at the end of the money is matters. If the vacancy is filling and vacancy is okay, then please go and join as an entry field. So as I said right now, coming back to the entire overall security demands, and people are getting more salaries in the security related to information security as well. So for that one, we have couple of certificates also. CRIS, it is becoming very, very popular as compared to CISSP. And also we have one more certification is called to risk assessment and risk management. So let's go and discuss in-depth analysis, what exactly it contains and what exactly we have to do. So under this one, what are things we are going to discuss here? So first topic is, so whenever you are thinking about the information security, think about overall all the security domains. Forget about endpoint, forget about network, forget about application or cloud. So you should be aware of all the security domains and security technologies. Think like you are CEO of the company. Think like you are a manager of the company. Think like you are a director of the company. So whenever any risk is involved, how can you take care of the risk assessment and risk management, business continuity planning and disaster recovery? So think that business angle also, business prospective as well, not only technical oriented. So under this one, we are going to discuss about GRC. So it's a governance, risk and compliance. And also we have implementation of ISO 27001. So this is called as ISMS, Information Security Management Services. And we have risk management. So under the risk management, once again, we have a couple of other technologies. And we have compliances separately. Anyway, compliance I will cover under here itself. And fourth one is BCP and DR, business continuity planning and disaster recovery. So now we can go and we can discuss about each and everything. And as I said, if you are going my notes and if you know about basics of all the security domains, 100% you can crack the interview. Around 21 people are directly selected for the auditing related vacancies from my students itself. Okay, it's a very simple job and it's very straightforward. There is no need to go too much in-depth analysis as well. Let's start here now. So first one, we are going to discuss about GRC. So GRC full form is governance, risk and compliances. So what is this governance, risk and compliance? We will go one by one. So first one is governance. So I have one question here now. So every state has a governor. What is the governor main role? What is the main governor main role?
Organizing things at one place.
Organizing things. Okay, directly he will go and he will organize.
No, no.
He will take
It's
an
like a
advisory from
governing
anyone.
body. It's like a governing body where he will work on it.
Yeah. So under the which circumstances? Under whose guidance? With the help of which one? You will take any help from anyone in the state level, or he will take his
Yes.
own decision.
Not his own decision, but I think he should have an advisory committee for that.
Yeah, it's an advisory committee and also along with the chief minister. So he will take he will not take his own decision. Advisory board
Mhm.
and also along with chief minister, he will go and he will organize the overall state related different ministries. So that is called governance. So same thing here, like alignment kind of thing, he will take from the advisory from the advisory board and also from the chief minister. So in this similar way, governance oriented. So here governance, it will be alignment. It will do alignment of what? It will do element of the business objectives and business goals. Which alignment we have to consider now? We are a part of the information security. Now, our business objectives and business goals, whatever every organization is defining, So for example, take TCS, I think current revenue is $25 billion. I'm not sure. Maybe they want to achieve within 2 years, maybe by 2026, they want to become like a 30 billion USD dollars. So that is like a vision and mission and strategy of the company. So that is the business objective and business goal. So by 2026, TCS wants to achieve 30 billion USD dollar company. So that is example of their goal or objective. Now, whatever goal and objective is defined by the board of the director from TCS, in the similar way, senior management. So they should not only think about how we can achieve the whatever goals and objects defined by the our government body or governor body. Additionally, it has to think about information security of the organization also, reputation of the company also. In case any reputation of the company will damage, so completely, so whatever they gain the fame or whatever they gain the profits, everything it will be collapsed. So reputation of the company it will be damaged. For doing any business, trustworthy is very, very important. So if you don't maintain the trustworthy, obviously, so our business losses it will appear. Same thing it's happened for Cognizant in 2020 May month. So Cognizant is got hacked by Maze ransomware attack. So already explained in the class as well. So because of that one, whatever initially they got 3 billion USD dollars projects from the North America alone itself, all those 3 billion USD dollars projects withdrawn by all the North American based companies. So all the banking sector, all the oil and gas sector, all the telecom sector, retail sector based. So completely their business is reduced from the 16 billion USD dollars to 13 billion USD dollars. And lot that time around 18,000 employees got completely terminated by Cognizant in 2020 at the time of the pandemic and corona situation. So lot of projects. So because of this particular attack, it's happened. So what I want to try to say here, whenever someone is trying to do any business, they should not only think about how we can achieve the goals and objectives or destination, even they have to think about security as well. In case any security attack it's happened in the same time period, for example, TCS itself we took as an example, in the 2 years time period 2024 to 2026, in this 2 years time period, any major attack, the data breach or data violation or all the customers data is got exposed, like a GDPR compliance oriented, or maybe entire TCS database itself it is got exposed to the public. Now next day itself it is there in the news stating that entire TCS database is got exposed. So now trustworthy will be reduced by all over the company's customers to TCS company. This is what it's happened. Same thing once again in 2021 HCL Technologies. So what are project HCL Technologies working on? So entire database related to SQL database, it's got exposed. So what are projects HCL company is working on irrespective of the software industry? Entire projects information, client information got exposed to dark reading website. So now all the customers and clients, whatever they initially committed and initially ordered the projects, all those projects withdrawn by respective customers or clients, because customer data is very, very important. So this is what I'm saying here. So whenever we are defining the goal and objectives and also vision and mission and strategy of the company, company should not only think about how to achieve the goal or how to achieve the destination. Even company has to think about how we should are aligning with the information security policy. In this 2 years time period, is there any security damage or security issue will occur? Reputation of the company will be damaged. Can we do the risk assessment or can we do risk analysis? All those things also they will consider. So that is called as governance. Okay, how we can define this one? This is CASSP, CASM, CRISC, and also C. What is that? One more. CISA, CISA. Now, whatever I'm teaching the class, all those questions from these certifications only. So these questions in this topic itself, whatever we're going to discuss about next 3 or 4 classes around. So 25% of the questions will come from these topics only. So first 2 chapters as per CSSP and all the certifications also, information security oriented, organization security oriented, risk management framework, asset security, First 4 chapters are belongs to this one only. More weight is they given to information security. Okay. So let's go and see how governance can be defined here now. Company's objectives and goals should be aligned with information security to provide trustworthy and also to reduce risk or reputation damage, so that companies will gain higher profits. So this is directly they will ask, what is governance? So whatever company defined policies and objects, it should be aligned with the information security. So they will give the 4 options like information security, they will give network security, endpoint security, and also cyber security. So first option is correct answer. Always the whatever objectives and goals and strategy and vision and mission should be defined by the company, that should be always aligned with. Nothing but it has to follow information security guidelines or principles. So that is called governance. For this one also we have couple of frameworks are available or couple of policies we have, and very famous policy is COBIT 5 framework. Example framework. So for couple of frameworks we discussed already. One is cyber kills and process, MITRE ATT&CK framework, CS hardening benchmark, ITIL framework, and also NAST framework. Then WASP top 10 framework. All these are different types of framework. Interview question: what are the different types of frameworks you worked on? Along with that one, you can say this one also, COBIT 5 framework. So what is this COBIT 5 framework and what exactly it will contains? So full form is computer objective. C means computer, O means objective. For information security technology. Or information technology. So that is called COBIT 5. Then what is 5 here? 5 principles or 5 guidelines they provided by so our COBIT 5 framework. What are those 5 principles under the COBIT 5 as per the governance defined by ISACA, IC Square, European Council, NIST framework? 5 principles are, so as I said, always you have to think about business angle or business perspectives whenever we are going with the our GRC oriented. So meet the needs of the stakeholder with whom we are doing the business. So that requirement you can gather. So that is one thing. In the similar way, covers enterprise end to end. We have to think about enterprise level end to end or company level overall end to end coverage. So that's what I said. We have to think about 360 degrees out of 360 degrees. So next one we have apply single identity framework. So we have to apply single framework for the all the solution. So like a single console right now how we are using. So that one we can utilize for all the business stakeholders or internal stakeholders or with the vendors. And customer satisfaction. So please try to understand about customer requirement and try to happy always customer. And finally leadership. So we have to think about leadership as well. So what is the objective and what is the goal and how we can achieve the goal? We have to monitor that one as well, like a success, whether we are in the track or not. So these are the couple of 5 goals can be can be implemented or organization point of view if you want to define any governance framework or governance principles. Okay, so this is not only applicable just for, consulting and service-based company. Even this is applicable to our product-based companies as well. So these are all the 5 principles, and most of the companies will use this framework only. So governance like a COVID-5 framework. So here, whoever part of the information security analyst, forget about cyber security analyst. So I'm discussing about dedicated now information security only. So couple of organizations, even cyber security vacancy or cyber security analyst, they will call it as information security analyst. But information security analyst dedicated vacancies for the GRC side. Okay, so it depends on which organization we selected. But most of the cases, whenever we are referring the, so our information security oriented, it will fall under the GRC related vacancy. But that doesn't mean that other companies see as information security analyst is equivalent to cyber security analyst. Yes, it is. Couple of companies, cyber security analyst, they'll call it information security analyst as well. Okay, so now, so that is about governance part. So next one is risk oriented. So GR, risk is very, very important. This is what I'm referring this several times in the class when we discussed about class related to ports and protocols. In the ports and protocols also, whenever any internal stakeholder, they're raising a port request to open the port in the targeted machine, that laptop or MacBook or workstation or desktop or maybe server or database or application oriented. So that particular request interest stakeholder. So this particular port is open and they have to fill the firewall template. And after that, they will assign to firewall team, and firewall assessment team, they will do the risk assessment and business impact analysis. And based on the risky level, so based on the business impact analysis, is there any risk is there or not? Then only firewall implementation team, what port they requested, they will go and they will raise change request and they will implement production environment. That one we discussed part of the very beginning classes, ports and protocols. And also we discussed about under the endpoint security side. Under the endpoint security side, EDR agent is sleeping. What is the, so respect risk is involved? How much money loss? What is the business loss? In the similar way, on the vulnerability management side also, in case end of life or end of support related or outdated version of the libraries or packages we are installing, what is the risk is involved? So that is on the infrastructure vulnerability management side. That is called asset security. And also even in the application security, product security, mobile security, OT IoT security also we discussed about threat modeling. We discussed about SAST scans. We discussed about DST scans. We discussed TPS. So in the SDLC life cycle, whenever we are doing the threat modeling using the Microsoft Stride analysis, or maybe using code scanning or third party software scanning site, and also even in the penetration testing as well. So we have to identify the vulnerability and we have to identify the threat and we have to identify the risk. So then we have to do the risk assessment, whether they are going to fix the risk in the current release or whether they want to fix in the future release. So that time itself, I said for that one also we have to go and we have to do the risk registry, and we have to make the risk registry either in the Excel sheet or maybe we can use the couple of tools like GenGRC or Atlassian or Confluence and so on. So those scenarios, whether risk is accepted, risk is mitigated, risk is transferred, or risk treatment plan. So according to these scenarios now, so we have done the business impact analysis and risk assessment. So risk assessment we can do for each and every security technology. Not only that one, even what are critical assets are there, critical applications are there, critical databases are there, critical endpoints are there, critical OT or IoT devices are there. For those devices, is there any risk is involved? Yearly basis, this information security team, they will go and they will coordinate with the respective internal stakeholders, that may be machine learning team or artificial intelligence team or DevOps team or TechOps team or whatever different servers team and database team and application teams. Then they can go and they can think about security controls are available or not. If the security controls available, it's okay, well and good. That may be discretionary or mandatory or compensative controls or role-based access control or role-based access control. If the controls are available, it's well and good. If the controls are not available, then what is the risk is involved? How much risk impact to the organization side? What is the money value? So all those things we discuss part of the vulnerability, threat, and risk under the vulnerability management definitions. And also not only that one, even initial classes when we discussed about cybersecurity definition. That time itself I told you. So what is vulnerability, what is threat, and what is risk? Same thing I'm repeating now. So whenever if you want to do the risk assessment, we have to think about entire organization point of the risk is involved, and in case any risk is involved, what is the business impact, how much money dollars we are going to lose, or how much of the Indian rupees we are going to lose it. That entire process we can call it as a risk assessment and risk analysis and risk treatment plan or risk mitigation steps. So what is risk here now? It's very, very important, guys. So once you are settling down around 45 years age, then you can move to risk, and it's a very simple job. And even nowadays, so starting the career, they are doing with the risk assessment side only, information security itself. So what is risk here? Now, destruction of the damage we can call a risk. And also we discussed about second definition is vulnerability into threat is called as a risk. But in the information security point of view, risk is equivalent to so
Likelihood.
likelihood into impact. Yes. So that one you have to consider. So now, what is likelihood here? So likelihood meaning here occurrence kind of thing. So occurrence, how many times it will occur? So what is the baseline we have to consider, or what is threshold we have to consider, or what is maximum value we have to consider? We have to consider so 1 year baseline. Example, we can consider baseline as a Jan to December, or else as per India. So our financial year is from April 1st to March 31st. So either we can consider from Jan to December 31st, or else we can consider from April 1st to so March 31st. So this is the cycle we have to consider, and we have to consider that one as a baseline. In that baseline time period, how many times these issues or problems or vulnerabilities or attacks will happen, or occurrence it will occur. So that is called likelihood. Occurrence of the issue or problem or attack exploitation or vulnerability or loophole or bug. So second one is impact. So what is meant by impact here? Impact here based on the two things we have to consider. One is the financial impact and people impact. For any business, if you want to withstand in the profit space, always we have to consider as a biggest asset in any organization or any company's people. Without people, organization will not get the profits, obviously. So biggest asset for any organization is so obviously our employees. When you say people, employees. So now whenever impact is happening, we have to think about, so if it's a physical security, people impact, that's why all the companies, why they are providing the health insurance to the entire family, and also accidental insurance, and also all these insurance policy. First and foremost priority to any organization is employees should be safe and secure, and employees should be health is very good. So that is the way all these companies are giving priority to the so employee side. So that is the biggest asset for any organization. Now, so people is very strongest pillar for any organization. Along with that one, so we have to think about financial impact also whenever we are doing the impact analysis side. How much money loss, and also what is the so people loss we are going to do. So for example, physical security point of view, any earthquake or any natural calamities like tornadoes or tsunamis or tufans or maybe rains or floods or it will come. So obviously, so is there any people impact it's going to happen? For example, recent past, so Chennai, for Chennai floods, they given 1 week holidays. Every year they will give 1 week holidays when the floods are very high. What is the reason? Because employees very, very important, or people are very important for any organization. So they have done the completely government of the so Tamil Nadu itself, they provided the so a statement stating that so 1 week you can take the work from home option, irrespective of the sector what you're working on. Same way here. So impact meaning here we have to think about two things. One is on the people impact and second thing is on the financial impact as well. So consequences because of the incident. How much we are going to lose. So that is called impact. Now, most of the cases we will consider as a money value as a impact, but we should consider even people also impact. Now, what is risk matrix here now? So how we can calculate risk matrix here? So risk matrix is so total 5 different types of value, horizontal and vertical. So informational, low, medium, and also high and critical. So that is on the horizontal side. On the vertical side also, informational, low, medium, high, and critical. So we have to keep horizontal and also we have to keep vertical. Then you are combining. So likelihood and impact. Likelihood on the x-axis, impact is on the y-axis. Then you are multiplying likelihood into impact. How much score it will generate. So that is called as risk matrix. How we can do that one? So risk matrix is depending on severity of the risk. How that severity of the risk is depending on? It is depends on likelihood into impact or likelihood and also impact. What is the likelihood and what is the impact here? So this one you can consider as a low or informational, and this one is a low, and this one is medium, this one is high, next one is critical. So here score you can define 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In this similar way, you can define here. So critical 5, 5 critical, 4 high, 3 medium, 2 is low, and 1 is info. Now you can multiply. So we know about formula already. Risk equals to likelihood into impact. Now you can calculate here. So informational into informational. So this is on the likelihood side, x-axis, and y-axis you can consider as impact. So this one you can consider is impact on the y-axis. Now risk is equivalent to likelihood and impact. Multiplication of the likelihood into multiplication of the impact here. So now score you can consider 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Forget about the severity of the incident or bug or vulnerability or attack or risk. So now 1 into 1, how much it will come here? 1,
1.
here 2, 3, 4, 5. In the similar way, 2 into 1, 2. So just multiplication of this one into
2,
this
4,
likelihood into impact. Yeah. 2, 4,
4,
6,
8,
8, 10. In the similar way, 3,
3,
3, 6,
6,
9, 12,
9,
9,
15.
12,
12,
and 15.
4,
4,
8,
8, 12,
12,
16,
16, 20,
20.
5,
Yes.
10, 15.
10,
10,
15,
15,
20, 25.
20, 25. Now, This one, how we can consider as a critical and which one is considered as a high. So 15 above we can consider as a, so as per CVSS score, we consider maximum risk matrix for any risk is nothing but highest is 25. This one you can consider as, so I'll put in the red color. It's a dangerous one. So next one is, so in between, so 10 to 15 you can consider as a high.
15 is missed here. Down one.
Yeah, sorry. So 10. So this one I will give this color, orange color or whatever you will call, and 12 and 12, this 10. So that is about high level. In this similar way, medium 8, 6, 9, 6 and 8. This one you consider as a medium. So 5, 4, 3 and also 4 and also 5, 4, 3. You can consider as a low, and this one you can consider as info. So green color. So this is the way how we can do the risk matrix now. Whenever we are doing the risk assessment and risk analysis side, we should go and we should, okay, so think about these risk matrix now. So whether who will do this risk assessment and how we can calculate this risk. It's not a single person can take care and single person cannot decide this risk assessment and risk analysis. So this is the multiple people feedback and opinion and also dollar value of the loss and also combination of both these two, quantitative and qualitative. So what is the risk assessment we have to follow here? We have to follow quantitative, qualitative, and finally hybrid. Under that one, once again, we have different types of process we do have. So couple of companies, they'll follow brainstorming session, feedback. So couple of companies, they'll follow fishbone analysis. Couple of companies, they'll follow 5S analysis. Couple of companies, they'll follow 9M analysis. So this is the way. So we can follow based on the different people opinion or expertise. In the similar way, based on the quantity as assumption for taking the advice from the stakeholder by sitting the risk team. For example, if you want to do the risk assessment for any server, if you want to do any risk assessment for any server, now, so you have to make a what are the different complaints for the risk assessment side. You have to consider as a security related, standard or operating related, very important things has to implement by servers team. Now consider you are a information security guy and I am a server guy. Now you can ask me what are the different types of controls we can go and we can implement on the server side. Now consider I am the Windows server team or Linux server team. Now you are a security team and you are auditing my servers and you are doing the risk assessment and risk analysis. How you are identifying the risk now. Now you can ask me back and you can ask security questions and I will give the answer. And based on that one, you can do the assessment and how much risk is involved. Yeah, please throw the respective questions and I can give the answer back. Now you are a part of the security team under the information security side and you are doing the server security assessment. Now you are a security person and you approached me to do the so server security assessment side. Now whatever initial questions you can ask me. If I have the answer, I will give the answer. If I don't have the answer, I will say no. So now you can say whether fully compliant or partially compliant or not compliant. So fully compliant, it's okay. Partial complaint, it's okay. So not complaint, we have to approach. Now we can do server security assessment. Yeah, please ask the questions now.
What are the compliances do you use?
We are following compliance ISO 27001. So we are following CA sorting benchmark on the server side. Not ISO 27001, CA sorting benchmark we are following.
So based on the latest annexure and modifications done in ISO 27002, are you following the latest updates?
No, see, you are going in the different angle, I think. So better now think about server, forget about ISO 27001. First, you are already security, you lent it everything. You know about server security, vulnerability management, and how we can provide the security related to server. And you know about application also, what are the application security controls we can implement. We know about network security and network security controls, what we can implement. I'm testing you whether you're getting the correct answer or not. That is otherwise I can go and I can teach and I can complete this session within the 30 minutes. That's okay. But I want to understand whether you understood the entire overall security domains or not. That is the reason I'm giving chance and option to you. You can ask me the questions related to server security, and so do the assessment whether okay, so server security side all the controls are available or not. What the first control? So server security, we are doing the risk assessment, and you are a security team. Who are the attendees here? Security team and also server team. Actually, these questions we will prepare in the Excel sheet. We can prepare and we can copy paste everything. But I am asking whether will you remember all these topics or not. Now you can ask me, you are security team and I am server team. What is the first question you will ask?
Do your server has backup or no?
Okay, does the server has backup or not? No, I don't have any backup. Unfortunately, we don't have any backups. That is my question.
Then
So
what will you do
what
when your server is compromised?
That you have to do the risk assessment. You are the security person, not myself. You are the
okay.
security person. You have to do the risk assessment. I'm saying right now we don't have the backup. We are not maintaining the regular backups. We don't have backup server also. Two things here. We don't have the backup server and also we don't have the regular backup configuration files also.
Right. Both the high availability and also
Yes,
normal backup.
exactly. Yes. So that we can think about later. Okay, first question. So now this one, what is the three options we can provide here? Compliant, partial compliant, and non-compliant. What is the, as per the discussion now here, compliant or non-compliant or partial compliant?
Non-compliant.
Non-compliant. So non-compliant. Okay, next. So we can, this is the what you have to ask now. By these questions are by default, Excel sheet will be there. But I'm testing your knowledge now based on server security side. Yeah. Second one.
Do you have proper what do you say authentication?
Yes, we are following the authentication. Which type of authentication are you looking for?
Is it a multi-factor authentication or single sign-on? Which are you following?
We are following multi-factor authentication. Okay, so multi-factor authentication is implemented in the server or not? Perfect. This is what I'm expecting. Okay. So yes, implemented. So complaint or
Compliant.
non-complaint?
Compliant.
Yes. Okay, done. So this one I'm keeping as a green because
Okay.
it's a complaint. By the by, once I'm saying yes, that doesn't mean that your work is completed. As an auditor, so if I'm say yes, will you trust it?
No, we have to cross
What
verify
you
again.
need? What you need for that one?
Cross verification whether it's implemented
What
or
is the
not.
cross verification in the technical terminology, law terminology? We can call it as court terminology.
Evidence.
Gathering evidences.
Evidence. That's perfect. Evidence. So now you can ask me, can you please share your screenshot how you are doing the multi-factor authentication? Now,
Okay.
where we are providing the multi-factor authentication along with the OTP or security question or whatever we are using as authentication, as a security, I mean, as a server person, I have to provide the evidence. Okay. If someone is saying yes, that doesn't mean that without evidence or without proof, we should not accept. For example, you are submitting income tax declaration, and if you don't submit the proper proofs, whether government of India will keep it silent and calm? No,
No, it will reject it.
it will reject or it will come notice. 143 one notice or 153 one notice and so on by doing all the verification checks because evidence is not there. Because for example, maybe I will make a fake related one of the, I took home loan and I'm generating the fake evidence and I'm submitting. If I don't have the proper evidence, obviously government of India income tax declaration team, they will not accept it. They will reject. Same as it is here also. So whenever someone is saying yes, that means we should have the proper evidence and also proof. Then only we should accept it. So I have to provide. Now you can ask me, when can you provide the evidence? I can say within 1 week or maybe less than 1 week. Okay. So within a week, I'll provide the evidence. Okay, next question.
Are you following the least privileges access?
Okay. So does the server has least privilege access control or not? Yes, we are implementing PAM, privilege access management solution. And also we are providing role-based access control and role-based access control. Yes.
Okay. Complaint, and it should be verified.
Yes, it should be verified. So before going to all these things, first and foremost, directly straight away, you can, as a auditor, what you have to do, first thing is, as a auditor, now forget about auditor, as a assessment guy, first you have to make a, what is that,
Collection
kickoff
of
meeting,
articles.
and you should initiate the call. So we are a part of the information security team, and we are to planning to security assessment to your servers, whether security wise is there any loopholes or bugs or risk is involved. So that is the way we are a part of the security. You can initiate the meeting connection, and you can give 1 week time period, and later next week you can prepare all the checklist. In the next week meeting, you can ask all these questions directly in the first meeting itself by sitting the team, and we should not do all these validations. First we have to educate the other teams as well. That is our role basically. What is information security team role? First we should initiate from the security, because every person is not a mandatory, they should be aware of the information security or cyber security. We have to educate. This is also one type of education basically, whenever we are doing the risk assessment side. So first we should inform to them, and we are doing the risk assessment for each and every internal stakeholder. And right now you are a part of your turn related to server security, whether server side is there any controls are implemented or not. So in next week call, what we will do, so we will prepare couple of checklist, and those checklist we will discuss, and we'll give once again some time period. In that time period, you can provide the evidences for next 2 to 3 weeks. It's not like a one time sitting and everything we have to complete in one day. So ISO 27000, it will take 6 months to complete overall certification, including internal and external audit and risk assessment and everything. In the similar way, PCI DSS, it will take minimum 3 to 6 months, and also HIPAA, it will take 3 months, and also we have SOX, it will take 1 year. It depends. Okay, are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, next one.
Validating each and everything.
Yes, correct. Okay, next question.
Configuration or latest updates. Do you follow the latest updates?
Yeah, latest firmware version.
Patch upgrades.
Do you mean to say that OS update or patch updates?
Both, both.
Okay, both. Because I'm server, because I'm not sure about technical oriented what security is following, because I have to ask back the questions, I have to clarify questions. Because security side we can do enter OS upgrade, and on security side we can do regular patch updates also. Because I should clarify from my side also as a server guy. So that is the reason I'm asking back questions. Is it clear?
Yes.
Latest firmware version of the server and regular patch updates. So latest firmware version we are using, yes, but we're not in the regular patch updates.
What is the reason for that?
We don't have the sufficient resources are available in my team, and also we don't have the vulnerability management team, and they are not providing the vulnerability scanning.
So this goes under non-compliant.
Yeah, it see, one is latest firmware version we are upgrading. Here two things are there. One is latest firmware version. Second portion is regular patch updates. So one
Okay,
is
it's like a partial.
exactly partial. So for this one, I will put like a yellow color. So it's a partial complaint. So now what is the
So
next thing you'll ask?
when can you implement these
Yeah,
regular patch
dependency is
updates?
there with the dependency is there with the vulnerability management team also. So we will discuss with the vulnerability team management and we'll come back this one by next week team meeting. So this is what I'm giving now convincing answer. It's not like okay, directly now itself we have to give the entire answer. So okay, dependency with the vulnerability management team. Okay, next one.
Who can access the server and what is the rate limit?
Who can access the server?
That we have asked here, right?
Yeah,
Least
already we
three
asked least
letters.
privilege access. Yeah, next one.
What is the throttling limit?
Rate limit or throttling. Rate limit and throttling, why we have to define, what is the reason, if I may understand?
If more people are requesting, there is a chance of crashing the server
In
down.
case of extending your business either laterally or vertically,
Hmm.
can this particular server can access that load?
Okay. So for that, for this one, whether we have to do any baseline definition?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that is what, because I don't know, because server side, everything, maybe they are not sure. Now you are security person, you are educating me. You have to
Mm.
educate me. That is the reason I'm asking back questions. Okay. Okay. So server side rate limit or throttling, but you are not saying important things. Okay. So right now it is not there. No. So we'll implement in the future. It's non-compliant.
Okay.
Flooding category of the attack. Why are not saying flooding category? Attack will send a lot of flooding of the request to the target server. So that is also one of the use case. Not only vertical and business side, it will increase. Not only internal. You are saying about internal organization point of view. What about external attacker will do flooding of the request to the target server?
So
That is
basically, it's like internal configurations, tools, and complaints we are talking. After this, we'll go with the
yeah.
attacks and all.
Okay. So this is non-compliant. So this also non-compliant. Okay. Next one. So far, I got only two things from what we discussed in the vulnerability management.
Okay. Do you have
No
any
network
outdated
security.
components in your server?
That is part of regular patch updates.
Do you have any, I mean, like risk associated vulnerabilities that you have added in your risk
Yes,
register?
already it's there.
No, no, type of attack that we included in the risk register.
No,
It's
no,
like,
we don't
what
have
is,
any risk register implementation so far. This is the first time we are aware of the risk assessment and first time we are doing in our organization.
so then that would be a non-compliant one, right?
Yeah.
Because due to
See,
that, mm,
why you are not saying all these questions? That means you are not reading whatever I am saying in the practical tools. Why you are not asking all these questions? Where is that one? I'm expecting all these questions you will ask me. We asked only one or two questions. These are all how to protect the server. I given clearly. How to protect the server is nothing but what are the different security controls we have to implement. Correct or not?
Rollback access, wait.
Yeah, we discussed.
And
Yeah,
TIS benchmark, you told this.
yeah.
Passwords, MFA, and authentication mechanism you spoke.
Yeah, we discussed only multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication, you said correct. But default passwords and also patch updates we are discussing now, and end of life,
Mm.
end of support related. So
Network.
antivirus or EDR, all the logs are integrated SIM tool or not. Whether the server first of all is facing to the internet or internal server. In case it's facing the internet, are we accessing the servers to the VPN or not? These questions,
Configure.
yeah, these questions, okay, that's fine. What I'm saying here now by default, so basically I will go and I will explain one thing. Maybe I can create here one more folder called as what I will create, information security. So under this one, I'll upload one of the file name is called as ISO 27001. If you're reading this one, 100% you will select for any one of the internal audit vacancy. So basically, whatever controls are available, by default, all those controls, it is there part of the Excel sheet. Okay. So example, this ISO 27001. This one I took it from my current company. I took risk basically. I send it to my personal Gmail ID. From there, I took it everything. Okay. So now all this control part by default Excel sheet will be there. Now just you have to go and you have to ask all these questions basically. But now I am testing your knowledge whether you are aware of or not. Is it clear? So
Yeah.
this is basically whatever you are doing. Application security assessment, we have 157 controls. Cloud security assessment, we have 157 controls. And also we have ISO 27 114 compliances. PCDSS, we have approximate 12 compliances under 6 categories. GDPR, we have 7 compliances. So that is the way each and every compliance we are following. We have already ready-made Excel sheets will be available. In case if it is not available, from the scratch, you have to do everything as a first security person you are joining or onboarding in a company. This is also one of the entire question. You are joining as a first person part of the information security, part of the GRC Bangalore location. And right now, our client is located in the USA and they are giving the work to even Bangalore team also part of the GRC. They are expanding their GRC capability India as well. So you are joining the first person part of the GRC. What is first 3 months or 6 months after joining company? What you will do? So in that scenario, I will do the gap as a gap analysis. This one already we discussed. So I will do the gap analysis. All these complaints already created by your team, or nothing but our GRC team. Ready-made controls are available or not. It's a green field site. What is mean green field site? Anyone? What is mean green field site? What is mean by green field highway?
Clear one, I guess.
Yeah, nothing is available. Greenfield highway meaning here, from the scratch, they are implementing the road to X to Y location. That is called greenfield highway. So for that one, they will do survey and also they will do the everything from the scratch. They will dig the land and they will do the concrete, they will do cement roads, and they will do where the entry point and exit point and so on. From the scratch, starting from source to destination. So if they want to make any road or highway from the scratch, they will do all this survey. And who is going to lose their agriculture lands? For that one, how much money we have to pay? Everything they have to consider. That is called greenfield site. From that particular site only, we came one of the ward name is called as a greenfield site. What is greenfield site here? There are no security controls are existing. So right now, all the security controls are nil. There is no endpoint security. There is no network security. There is no information security. There is no firewall security. There is cyber security. They will not ask directly, hinting, okay, everything. If I will give hint in now, you will give the answer. Yes or no? Yes. So obviously, if I'll give the hint, then you will say the answer. So I will mention like a green field site. You are getting confusion now. So if it's a green field site and you are joining as a first person in the organization, what will you do? First 3 months. What will you do in 6 months time period? What will you do in the 1 year time period? So that means first 3 months time period, it's a green field site, meaning here there are no security controls are existing. First priority I will give to endpoint security. First 3 months of the time period, I will implement EDR tool by doing the validation of the different types of security tools. In the similar way, perimeter is very, very important. In the most of the attacks are will come through perimeter or internet facing. So in the first 3 months per time period, along with endpoint security, and also I will target and focus on the perimeter firewall implementation also, so that on the endpoint side, malware detection, on the perimeter side, 90% of the cyber attacks, whatever it is coming via internet, I can reduce it. In the 6 months time period, I can implement DLP on the endpoint side, and also I can implement proxy tool on the network side. I can implement network IDS, network IPS. I will educate each and every employee. It is available in the organization side by providing the cyber security awareness training and also providing the phishing email campaigns. In 1 year time period, I will do the assessment on the endpoint, GRC, application security, and also network security, cyber security SOC operations. If the company contains the product and cloud also, I can target on the product and cloud as well. So this is the way. So 3 months and 6 months and 1 year time period, I can, after joining the company, I can deliver my goals and objectives for the greenfield site. This is what you have to give the answer. That means first you should understand what is meant by greenfield site, and what is meant by greenfield data center, and what is meant by greenfield office. Nothing is available. So just only office is there. So we have to deploy from the scratch. We have to think about security angle. You have to think about 360 degrees out of 360 degrees. Then only you can give the answer properly. Is it clear or not?
Yes.
Not only that one, this concept is applicable to this entire organization point of explain now. This concept is applicable to each and every security domain also. So maybe for example on the endpoint security side, we are recruiting the vacancy dedicated for the endpoint security side. So first 3 months time period after joining a company, what will you do? Already we have existing security solution. You have to ask back question to the interviewer now. So you have to ask by the questions, do you have existing cybersecurity EDR tools or DLP tools, or so file integrity monitoring, HADS, HAPS, and also encryption. So, based on that one, I can go and I can do the gap assessment. What is the current state and what is the disease state, and all the devices are onboarded or integrated to EDR, DLP, endpoint encryption, file integrity monitoring, HADS, HAPS, and also whatever tool we purchased, whether tool fully utilized 100% or not, at least 80% of the features implemented or not. Okay, so this is the way. Yes, basically this one, all those things can be done by engineers, security engineers. Previously, Priyanka asked what is the difference between analyst versus engineer. Analyst will not do all these things. Analyst will do only investigation. That's it. But engineer has to think about all these design oriented, implementation oriented, gap analysis oriented, risk assessment oriented from the entire 360 degrees. So that is the main difference between analyst versus engineer. Anyways, so what I'm trying to say here, so each and every security domain also we have the greenfield site, and also we have the information security. Now we are discussing about dedicated information security. So now you are attending the interview with the example may Philips USA location. Right now Philips GRC team is not located in the Bangalore. They want to transfer couple of GRC vacancies to India as well, like offshore, to reduce the budget or cost. They want to recruit 3 to 4 members. Initially, they are recruiting one of the one of the later, manager position or L3 position and so on. In that scenario, maybe you are the right person. I am recruiting that particular vacancy. Now I have to ask the questions. So now once you are joining in a company, already we have existing couple of controls are available. But after joining things, part of GRC, what will you do? So this is what you have to say. This is the way how the interviews will be. Think about beyond. Okay, so all these questions also we can expect. Okay, so anyways, so what I'm trying to say here, if we want to do any assessment side, we have already checklist is available. For example, the checklist contains 114 controls. This part ISO 27001. Right now, whatever I am teaching in the class, it's related to server security example. Okay, these controls also available. So these controls we have to take in the Excel sheet, and we have to ask each and every question to the respective server owner or asset owner or business owner, and finally you can take the feedback. This is the way, complaint or not. Share the screen and ask the questions, complaint or not. If the complaint is yes, ask them to provide the evidence and how much time it will take. It's non-compliant, whether they will accept the risk. First of all, they will implement the risk or not, whether risk mitigations is available or not. So that entire thing we have to do assessment. Whatever non-compliant things are there, those things we have to educate once again, will they accept the risk or not? Because that the server has a backup. It's a very important high availability server backup configuration file. It's very, very important to any server. So now, as you can ask me now, so you don't have the server, will you accept the risk? So now you have to say, after validating all these controls based on the likelihood impact, this one it will cost approximate. It's a facing to the internet, 2 million USD dollars. In case this server is going to expose to the public, so we have the worth of 2 million USD dollars loss. Will you accept the risk, or will you mitigate the risk, or will you transfer the risk, or will you treat the risk? So this one we have to discuss all these questions. It's not like one person job. As I said, all the servers team, all the security team members team, we have to sit together. We have to do the brainstorming session. What is brainstorming session here? Taking the feedback from the multiple people. That is called brainstorming. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. And as I said, so it will take another 3 to 4 classes to dedicate to this one itself. And please try to understand, this is also one of the very, very important vacancy dedicated to this particular vacancy. There are so many vacancies are available, by the way, sorry. And also packages are very, very high. Initial stage, don't please go to auditing role. That is what my advice. For initial days, you can go to either endpoint or network or application or cloud. Once you are reaching 30 plus or 40 plus age, then you can move into the cyber security. Not about age, forget about it. Talent does not require age. So once you are knowing about all these security domains, then you can move into respective so risk assessment side. That is what my advice. Okay. So anyways, I will give in-depth analysis in the tomorrow morning class. And tomorrow morning, I will take class at 9:30. Okay. Any questions do you have?
Sir,
Yeah, please.
hi sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
please.
I just need to discuss with you something related to resume. Can I call you after
Yeah,
9
you can
o'clock
call
possible?
after 9 o'clock.
Uh, yes, I tried calling you, but you're not listening
Yeah,
me.
yeah. So right, yeah, that's why today I completely, instead of the silent mode, I put in the ringing mode. I think you are able to hear my mobile ringing as well. So
Yeah. Okay, sir.
I modified and sent
yeah,
you
you
the
can call me
resume
after
to
9
you.
o'clock.
No, no, I
Sure,
have
sure.
Yeah,
already
yeah, I have
modified and
seen that
pinged
one.
you.
Yeah, I have seen that one, but couple of things you have to do. That
Okay.
one can we discuss tomorrow at 11?
Ah, okay.
Okay. Any other?
No, and you said you will tell about Windows events.
Okay, that one I'll discuss. Yeah, I remember that we'll discuss. Yes.
Yeah. Because we have moved from that domain to this domain. So,
Yeah, yeah, sure. Yep. Okay, guys, then thank you so much and see you tomorrow at 9:30 a.m. IST.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Bye.